Hey everyone, so I'm back again with another video. This time around I have some current and last gen video game pickups to show you guys. A lot of the stuff is current gen. Um, actually only I actually only have one sort of new item to show you guys here. Of course, it is about a month, I believe, at this point, since this item came out, but it's still fairly new. But I'll start out with the one and only item that I got at a garage sale, and surprisingly, I was able to find anything at a garage sale. Pretty much just down the street from me, a whole bunch of buildings were doing different sort of yard sales and stuff like that. And at this one building, this family was selling a whole bunch of um, little like baby toys, clothing, and stuff like that. And then I saw one box. It was for the Zumba Wii Fitness game, if you can really call it that. So I asked the woman there, "Hey, do you have any other games?" She says, "Well, her son has a couple of games." And if I was interested, and I wouldn't mind waiting a couple of minutes, she could go ahead and ask. So I said, yeah, sure, that would be fine. Um, and basically, we're talking, and she's telling me how her kid is only 8 years old, so it doesn't really matter what the kid wants because um, it's their money. They bought the games themselves, so too bad for the kid. But they did say that the one game, which was Super Smash Bros. Brawl, he absolutely loved that game, so they were definitely going to keep that. He comes out with two games, this game here, and a disc-only copy in the destroyed case for Mario and Sonic at the London games, I believe. Um, but basically, this game comes in a yellow case, but the sort of clear plastic covering on the outside of it was completely ripped off, so you wouldn't be able to really insert the artwork on the case. So I didn't really bother. It was also missing the manual, and the disc was scratched, so I just said, no, it's okay. I didn't buy that. But I got this here for $5, and it's a copy of Super Mario Galaxy. And the disc is actually in really good condition, surprisingly. These parents actually cared about their kids' stuff to some extent. I believe maybe one of the parents was also playing this game, so they were a little bit more careful about it. Um, but at least, yeah, it was in good condition. And for $5, I thought maybe I could trade it for something else eventually. Next up, I suppose I'll show you guys the newest item that I got here. I actually got this. What store did I get this from? If I remember correctly, I got this from an EB Games. It is the Splatoon Girl Inkling Amiibo. I really wanted to get the 3-pack that came with the squid as well, but that's crazy hard to find now, and stores are charging $80, $90 for that set. So I'm just gonna have to put that out of my mind. But at least I was able to find the Girl Inkling, and I have the Boy Inkling somewhere around here. So at least I have two out of the three, and that was just regular retail price. Here in Canada, I believe they're $15.99, either $15.99 or $16.99, which kind of sucks, but oh well, what can you do? Next up, I went to Iceman Video Games, and I had traded in a whole bunch of random stuff that I had gotten for free, so I really wasn't expecting or wanting all that much for what I traded in, and pretty much what I got is what I was expecting. I got $20 of credit, so I looked around to see if I could get anything. And recently they've gotten sort of, I don't know, kind of cheap, I suppose, in the sense that they don't really give cash on small amounts of credit. So, like, say in the past you had $20 of credit. Depending on what it was, you could get anywhere from $10 to $15 of that credit in cash directly, but they just don't really do that anymore unless it's something that's really, really good that you're trading in. So I went ahead and just used the credit, and I got this game here for the DS. It's a game that I've been meaning to check out for some time, but I never had the opportunity to. It's called Dementium, or Dementium? Dementium. Not entirely certain. The Ward, and that was complete. And it was just $20 directly credit for this. And considering that the stuff that I had traded in I got for free, it was no real problem for me. Next up, I went to an EB Games. I don't remember exactly which one, but I know for a fact I just had some free time. Actually, the receipt's right in the game case here. It's the one by Bay and King Street downtown, for those of you that are familiar with that area. It's underground in the path system. I go to that one, I suppose, every so often because they do have new games that are like still sealed, not like EB Games new or like GameStop new, where it's opened up but they're still selling it as new. These games are actually sealed, but they have the prices as recycled prices, which is kind of strange to me, but whatever. If they want to do that, they can go ahead and do it, and the games are usually cheaper. So for about $8, I believe it was, let's see, $8.99 plus tax, so $10.15. I got a copy of Sly Cooper Thieves in Time on the Vita. Thought there was a decent price there for it. And a lot of Vita games recently, especially Freedom Wars, that game there, they just dropped in price to around the $10 range, at least at EB Games. And it might be good for people that don't have those games yet to be able to sort of get into more Vita games. But it just kind of sucks, kind of bothers me that there are these games that I bought just a few months ago for like $30, $40, and now they're already $10 to $15. But oh well, what can you do? That just happens sometimes. Next up, I went to, where did I get this one from? I got this from Video Game Center at Young and Bloor, a block south of Young and Bloor. This was in their loose DS section. It is a copy of Luminous Arc 2, again, just loose, cartridge only. I got that for $4.99. I have the first Luminous Arc. I have not finished it, and I'm nowhere near finishing that game. But when I saw the sequel for just $5, even though it's loose, I thought, why not? Sure, at least I can finish the game now if I really want to, but hopefully I can find a complete copy of this soon for cheap, so that I can just trade this off for something else. Next up, I went to the Salvation Army that I usually go to. This one here was about a week ago, I believe. No, closer to half a month ago. I went to that Salvation Army. I thought I'd look around, and I found a couple more PS2 original Xbox games, but nothing too interesting. And then I find this here, a sealed 3DS game, brand new, never been used, for $3.99, but it's a game that I already have. But I thought that at $4 I could probably trade it for something more than $4, but I'll have to wait and see what I might be able to get. It's a sealed copy of Spirit Camera, the Cursed Memoir. But then, today I went to the Value Village that I usually go to, and I found some DS and 3DS games out on the shelf with the DVDs, with the disc-based games. But when I saw these cases, I thought, guaranteed 100%, they're stolen at this Value Village. Almost always, if a DS game has been put on the shelf and it hasn't been taped up or sealed in some kind of way, it's usually been torn open, stolen, thrown around somewhere. I find them on bookshelves or other areas of the store, just ripped open, missing the game, and just kind of pissed that I didn't get there sooner to avoid these situations. But I was lucky this time. I got these two 3DS games here for $3.99 each, $3.99 plus tax. But I did use my 30% off discount, so I don't know exactly how much that is, but 30% off of $4. Just do the math yourself if you really care. Now, the one game was another copy of Spirit Camera, and just to prove it there, here's the sealed one with the Value Village, not the Value Village, with the Salvation Army sticker on it. And here's the open one from Value Village with the Value Village sticker on the back of it. But yeah, both of these were $3.99. So hopefully I'll be able to get rid of those because I already have. Where is it here? I have a copy of the game already that I got for $5 like over a year ago at EB when they were doing some kind of a sale, but don't entirely remember the context in which I had obtained it. Now, like I said, that was one of the games that I got at that Value Village, and just a sort of reminder for those of you that might not have seen this video that I'm about to reference. A little while back, I think around the time, a few months after, I should say, Pokemon X and Y came out, I went to this Value Village and I found a whole bunch of first-party Nintendo 3DS games. Basically, there was Animal Crossing, a couple of Pokemon games, and Final Fantasy Theater Rhythm, and I forget what the rest is right now, but I found a decent selection of games that were all priced between $4.99 and $9.99, including Pokemon X, and then there was also like Pokemon Black 2 and White or whatever on the DS. So I've had some luck in the past with 3DS and DS games at this specific location, and I lucked out again, this time for just $3.99. $3.99, I found a copy of Fire Emblem Awakening, and there's the sticker on the back of it. And like I said before, I even paid 30% off on this here, on these two and some other stuff that I got. So I got it for even less than $4, and that's a great deal considering that I already have the game and I've been playing for some time, and I've gotten decently far in it. I had paid $30 for it though back on Boxing Day. That's the holiday immediately after Christmas where they just do sales and stuff like that in retail stores. And I thought at the time $30 was a good enough deal for a game that was typically staying at full price. But now that I got it for $4, well, less than $4, I'm just going to go ahead and trade that towards something else. There's a couple of 3DS games out there that I really want to get a hold of, but they've just been a little pricey. Anyways, thank you very much for sitting through this entire video. If you did, it's almost 15 minutes now. Just wrapping up here. As always, leave comments in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, anything at all, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, and website. They're all linked in the description below. And that's it. See ya.